The earthquake is one intense natural phenomenon, and it can happen anywhere on Earth. It's the result of movement of parts of the Earth's crust. Thousands of battles every year, big and small earthquakes happen all over the world. It gives people the lessons of our weakness and the power of nature. It's also a wake-up call. We can't bladder the rage of the natural world. Here's the Milky Way TV total of 10 earthquakes. The most powerful land that's ever happened on our planet. Valdivia earthquake. It was a magnitude 9.5 earthquake. Richter happened in Chile. 6 South America 5 1960ths. It is known as the battle. The earthquake is devastating. The most destructive force in human history. And they call it Gran Terremoto. The Chile earthquake is also known as the Chile earthquake. Terrible earthquake. It started at dawn on May 2, 1960. At first, the intensity was relatively mild. However, it has gained strength at 9/11/22/5. This earthquake originally came from the heart, Pan-Pacific, on the seabed near the port of Puerto Montt. Within 800 kilometers from the north to the south are affected. Because this epicenter at that time, people feel a sound. The ears suddenly rang out. Land seismic waves transmit rumbling vibrations. It's like thousands of tanks. It's coming from the ocean side of Puerto Montt. Soon the ground everywhere shook violently. Trauma. This is the biggest movement that's been going on for 5 minutes. It has serious consequences for local people. This earthquake is a very strong earthquake, and the most terrible level in human history. The initial earthquake was 8.9, then increased to 9.5. Puerto Montt is a major port. It's a modern city in Chile. But the Great Earthquake, this prince basically has betrayed almost every facility in the city. This port, a lot of people have been sitting in the rubble. After the earthquake, the sea receded quickly to reveal a rare sight of old. Animals in the deep water, where the sun's light doesn't shine. Like shrimp and crab, armor species, and many marine animals. Others are on the beach. Some fishermen have experience. Immediately aware of the impending disaster, they rushed to the top of the mountain to escape. Death is about to come, of course. This earthquake triggered a series of tsunamis. About 15 minutes after the earthquake, the sea suddenly rises high, the waves are rumbling. Roar, bulge, and soar up to a height of at least 10 meters. The highest is over 30 meters. The big waves moved the sea and swept everything away. Across the coast, attacked Chile as well as the cities, and rural east coast of the Pacific, to wash away everything in the places it goes. More than a day after the tsunami, from here, land has spread thousands of miles. The waves, up to 10.7 meters high, recorded from the epicenter, up to 10,000 kilometers, in New Japan and the Philippines. That's what I said. In front of nature, people are so small, so try to find a way to win naturally. Mother Nature is always smarter than humanity. People can never conform to nature. Because of the nature, man is a very small part of nature. The Great Earthquake in Alaska. It's also known as the Holy Friday earthquake. Happened at 5:36 March 7, 1964. Prince William, south of Alaska. It lasted about 4.5 minutes, and it was the most powerful earthquake recorded in US history. With 9.2 degree Richter. The power of the earthquake, it creates soil liquefaction in the area. The landslide caused the collapse of public buildings, roads and people's homes. Anchorage City. The worst damage to many homes and buildings. Although it's designed to resist earthquakes, couldn't stand it. The infrastructure works, public affected by landslides. The ground appeared a fracture longer than 300 kilometers. In the southwest, some areas near Kodiak ground raised to 9 meters. In some other areas, and the port collapsed as deep as 2.4 meters. A tsunami, up to 8.2 meters high, has flooded a village. It's called Jenaga, causing great damage to people. Aftershocks of earthquakes as well as of tsunamis. It affects areas. Alaska is different as well as for people. And properties in British Columbia, Oregon and California. Tsunami. It also caused some damage in Hawaii and Japan. Report on the effects of the battle. This earthquake came from all over the region. Pacific Ocean. Sumatra earthquake. One of the natural disasters The most dangerous thing in history happened recently. That's the 2004 Sumatra earthquake. It happened at the time. Not 58 minutes. December 2nd to 6th with offshore epicenter. West Sea of Sumatra. Of Indonesia. The magnitude of the earthquake was initially measured at 9 degrees Richter, but then it goes up to somewhere between 9.1 and 9.3 degrees Richter. The earthquake. There is also a long time. It's the longest time anyone can record 500,600 seconds. LAN intensity and its radiation is large enough at our entire planet. Vibration to 1 centimeter. This earthquake has broken the 6th century of the largest fault length ever recorded, stretching about 1,500 kilometers. As a result, it activated a series of violent tsunamis ran across the Indian Ocean, the waves 30 meters high, into the communities that live there. Coastal Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, Myanmar, and other places have taken lives of 1.4 million people in 11 countries from Asia to Africa so far. Genius. This is one of the disaster caused the most damage to people on the calendar history of the modern world. Total energy due to battle. Earthquake releases at about 9,600 gigatons. 550 million times the energy of an atomic bomb in Hiroshima. Most of this energy is in the underground. Emission at the Earth's surface is estimated at 26 megaton. Tohoku earthquake. In the 3rd of November 2011. At 14:46 local time. It's a massive earthquake at a depth of 32 kilometers off the coast. Sea of Japan. Happened with the main intensity on the moment scale. The cause of the earthquake. This land is due to the movement of the tectonic plates of the Pacific and North American at the Japanese Trench, at 8 cubic meters per year, over a long period of time, has reached a large enough level, break the link between these two plates, which leads to the overlap of the two plates. The Pacific plate crashes below. North American plate slides upward. The result is the collapse and rise of the seafloor. That causes earthquakes and tsunamis. Land along the coasts of Japan, and at least 20 countries, including the Northwest and South American coasts. Tsunami up to 40 meters high has hit Japan just minutes after the earthquake. In some places, the tsunami reached 10 kilometers inland. Tsunamis also cause nuclear accidents, mainly a level 7 surge in BA furnace reactions in a nuclear power plant complex, Fukushima Daiichi. According to the National Institute of Geology and Volcanology of Italy, the great power of the earthquake has moved. Earth's axis is about 25 centimeters. This deviation has led to some small changes to the planet, including the length of a day and the Earth's equatorial inclination. Due to the distribution of the Earth's mass, the speed of the Earth's rotation increases. Earth's day has been shortened by 1.8 microseconds. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, Honshu Island, Japan's main island, has moved 5 meters to the east, bringing Japan closer to the United States. Earthquake in Kamchatka, Russia. The 11th of April 1952 at 16:58. There was a big earthquake off the coast of the Orange Peninsula. Cat Ca, African Bronze Russian with intensity 9 Richter. The epicenter is at the bottom of the ocean at a depth of 30 kilometers, 200 kilometers from the coast. It's like the tremors continue for another half an hour. And during this time, 700 kilometers of coastline from the Kronovsky Peninsula to the North Kuren Islands, surrounded by destruction. Soon after, the townspeople, Severa Kurist, was hit by a tsunami about a meter high. The first tsunami that flooded and destroyed homes on the coast. After 10 to 15 minutes, the water starts to recede, but then second waves from the ocean hit the city. Town with destructive waves 10 meters high. There are not many obstacles along the way, and the first tsunami swept away most of it. Obstacle. This time the waves are moving at great speed deep in the island. In a few minutes, an entire town of 6,000 people was destroyed. Then there's the third wave. Even though it was weaker the second time, it destroyed the note and swept into the sea almost everything. From the shore, plane to the island. Paramusia discovered in the early morning. The town of Severo Kurin was swept away. Across the straits are littered with broken homes, logs and wooden crates, with many survivors clinging to it. Maule earthquake. The earthquake occurred off the coast of Maule, Chile on 2/7/2010, with an intensity of 8.8 degrees. According to the moment scale, violent shaking lasting about 3 minutes. The earthquake occurred along the boundary between the Natta Plate and the South American Plate. At the site of the earthquake, The plate rebound speed 80 millimeters per year. Earthquakes are characterized by the reverse fault mechanism, caused by the subduction of the Nutter Plate beneath the South American plate. Some coastal towns, in the south-central Chile, was devastated by the tsunami, caused by the earthquake. The tsunami also damaged Port of Talcahuano buildings collapsed in many cities, including the capital Santiago, causing many people to suffer. Earthquake tearing islands. The 1965 Tearing Islands earthquake occurred at 5:01. 4 it has a strength of 8.7 degrees Richter and caused tsunami over 10 meters high on Stemia Island. The Red Islands form part of the Aleutian Islands, a chain of volcanic islands into an island arc, as a result of the subduction of the Pacific Plate beneath the North American Plate. This array boundary-free Aleutian. It's where a lot of super powerful earthquakes happen. The earthquake was related to a water stain 600 kilometers along the plate boundary, based on the distribution of aftershock scales. Energy release model. Hint the presence of BA magnitude along the plate interface. Each magnitude triggers a pulse that releases the moment. The tsunami model supports the idea that earthquake included BA side events, involving BA structural blocks inside tectonic networks, or of squirrels is a magnitude 7.6 earthquake, almost 2 months later, causing a small tsunami. This is not an aftershock. It's a normal fault event at the outer overhang of the subduction plate, triggered by a previous event, thanks to its remote location. So this earthquake caused very little damage. Axum earthquake Tibet. Axum earthquake Tibet, also known as the Axum earthquake, occurs on the 15th of August 1950 and has a magnitude of 8.6 Richter, located in Miss Mill Hills. This is the strongest earthquake. It was recorded on land. The earthquake is devastating, large in both Indian and Tibetan Assam. China killed about 4,800 people. This is the largest recorded earthquake, caused by 2 arrays of 6 VA terrains coming together instead of slipping through. It is also notable for the loud noise caused by the earthquake created, reported throughout the battle area. The earthquake happened in the rugged mountains of the Himalayas and Handaran Range. The earthquake happened in the south of the Matmahon Road between India and Tibet, and it's had a devastating impact in both areas. This earthquake has a calculated magnitude of 8.6. It's considered one of the earthquakes, the most important since the seismic observatories born. Aftershock happened a lot later. Many of them are 6 degrees or more in intensity, after a massive landslide earthquake blocked the Suban City River. This natural dam broke down 8 days later. It creates a wave 7 meters high, flooded some villages and caused damage to people. Sumatra earthquake 2012. The 4th of November 2012 at 15:38 local time. The earthquake in the Indian Ocean has a magnitude of 8.6, under the sea part of Indonesia's Acid City. The authorities have warned about the tsunami, but it was later cancelled. These are unusually strong local earthquakes. It's the largest slip earthquake ever recorded. It's very far from where people are, and doesn't create destructive tsunamis. You're watching our beloved Milky Way TV program. It's over for us today. I wish you a happy new day. Stay awake and succeed. In today's video, there's something that impressed you the most. Do you wish you could one day to travel into space, vast and vast? Please share your opinion by. Leave a comment below, and you guys, don't forget to like, subscribe to Milky Way TV channel and turn on the button notification bell to support and watch the video. The best new every day. And don't ignore the videos right now. Exciting dedicated for you are showing on the screen. Thanks for the interest and your companions all the time. The latest video will be available tomorrow morning. I hope you all welcome.